All right, welcome back once again. And I want to apologize for not having a video out last Friday. Had a little sickness going around. It hit me hard, so we didn't get an episode knocked out last week.
Sure, you caught it from me.
We'll be back on. Yeah, hopefully we're back on track now. But welcome everybody back. Thanks again for tuning in, and appreciate all the support you guys have been showing us. It's been a fun journey, and today, me and T's just gonna talk a little bit, maybe bring up a topic a little later on. But first thing I want to talk, I missed it because it was Saturday because I was sick. It hit me hard Saturday. I was down all day, swigging NyQuil all day and staying in a coma in my house. But T got to go to the Scottish Rite up in Shreveport and watch a few of our brothers get a different trying to say, yeah, an investor upon them from the Scottish Rite. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, how that was?
I'll tell you what I know.
Mm-hmm.
Should have brought Vaughn. She could tell us more.
Yeah.
Joy Gasport. No. We went up there. It was their Scottish Rite Honors Weekend. And there was, I hope I don't forget everybody. But I will, because there was that many people there. But I know from the Valley of Lake Charles, the Happy Valley, we had Brother Steve Jennings, the Deputy Grand Master. He was coronated 33rd Honorary
Awesome.
Inspector General, which is awesome. He's a great guy, well deserving. Uh, and then we had Brother Marcus Mosley, Brother Michael Lawrence, and Brother James Brown, and I think that was it. Those three received an investure of the KCCH, which is the red hat.
Mm-hmm.
Brother Steve got the 33rd degrees of white hat. Uh, I'm still new to Scottish Rite, so I don't know all of it, but
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I found out anyhow. Brother Dickie Bolt was supposed to be there, but Brother Dickie was ill also, and he didn't get to make it. He was going to be coronated the 33rd as well. Uh, but I'm sure they'll get that took care of soon enough. Uh, but Brother Dexter Downs, my wife Vaughn, Brother Luke Gaspard, and his wife Joy, we struck out from Sam Todd about 10 o'clock Saturday morning, and we rolled on into the big city of Shreveport. Uh, and we arrived at the Scottish Rite Temple, Scottish Rite Cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember, but it is a beautiful building.
I think on their website they call it the Scottish Rite Cathedral of Shreveport.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Uh, you drive up, you walk up front, and I mean, it's just a breathtaking building. It is the architecture, it's beautiful. Built back 1914, 1917, something like that. And then you walk in, and it's marble floors, hardwood floors, marble staircases. You know, everything's. They haven't remodeled the building since it was built.
Yeah.
Maybe touched up some paint here and there, but it is beautiful. You get a chance to go. It don't matter if you're a Mason or not. You need to go check that building out. Uh, three, three or four floors. Me and Luke and Brother Ricky Pelt. We got Brother R.B. Smith put us at a table assisting the Knights of St. Andrews of Shreveport with signing everybody in. And then we took our trip up the stairs to go watch the investment take place, which was a beautiful ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
It's open to the public, so you should go check it out. Uh, we went up 3 flights of stairs because my right knee said it was enough. Walked into these doors, and there's halls and doors everywhere. A good thing we were going, somebody knew where they were going because we was lost. And you walk in, we walked in balcony seats, and it's like a huge indoor amphitheater. Beautiful. The work in there matches the outside.
Mm.
looked like mahogany handrails, maybe. I mean, just beautiful, perfect lighting. The backdrop that they used was hand painted, original. I want to say one of them said they may have had like 80 of those or something like that. They got a bunch.
Wow.
We were going to get to look at them, but we didn't. We left after it was done with. Everybody was pretty burnt out. And we were going to take a tour because they got a Knights of St. Andrews, a KSA library there. And their historian was there, and we were going to get a tour of it. But those guys had been there all weekend. So we didn't want to make them have to hang out no longer than they did. So we opted to catch it next time. But our wives, Vaughn and Joy, while we were down there shaking hands and congratulating people and hugging necks and, you know, even though it wasn't us that were getting those honors, still makes you swell up with pride when you see your brothers who have dedicated so much time, money, blood, sweat, and tears, late nights and early mornings to the craft, receive honors like that for their service. It make you swell up with pride just because, you know, even though it ain't you, that's my boys.
Yeah.
You know. And James Brown was in a tux. I was not. Maybe Brother Dave can post some pictures of it or something. That was a sight to behold. Don't think I've ever seen James Brown in anything other than overalls my entire life. But it was great to see, and I was very proud of all them guys. It was just a great experience. But to get back to the wives, Vaughn and Joy decided they would take a self-guided tour.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well. So we look up after we have taken pictures, and we go to look, see where they are up on the balcony, because we went down with Brother Steve Jennings to, me and Luke got to assist in knighting, putting the KCCH hats on Brother Marcus and Brother James. So that was a great honor for us, you know. And we got to help do that, and we looked up to see where the girls was, and they were gone. Well, we close out and we go on down, and I shake hands and tell the other KSA guys that, you know, thanks for having us. We really enjoyed it. Beautiful building. We didn't get to see it, but I'm pretty sure my wife and my friend's wife have seen every bit of it. And they kind of chuckled, and I knew then. They said, they kind of chuckled and said, yeah, we've seen them. I said, oh yeah. And they said, oh yeah. They ain't scared. I said, oh no, they're not. I said, if it's a door unlocked or open, they're going in. They said, oh yeah, we know. And later on when we were leaving, I asked Vaughn, I said, hey, what'd y'all do? So she told me.
Spill it.
She said there was a door closed, but it was unlocked. And apparently not closely tiled. And they walked in or peeked in or something. Pretty sure they said they walked in. And it was a group of white hats, 33rd degrees. And they knew then that they were in the wrong room. So they left there and went to other rooms. And then she said they found themselves at the office. And they didn't know whether there was somebody in there or not. So they,
I could see faces on windows.
Well, that's exactly what they did. Their faces was pressed against the windows to see if they could see in. And they said this little older gentleman come up and said, that's the office. And they were like, yeah, you know. And he said, y'all want to go in? No, yeah. So they got a tour of the office, and we were told when we were there earlier in the day by one of the Knights of St. Andrews guys, I can't remember his name, met so many great brothers that day, that they had found a picture, and they don't know if it's original or not, in the attic of that building, but it's an old picture of Commander Albert Pike. And Vaughn and Joy made sure to let us know that they got to see it because it hangs in the office. Uh, so they seen all the stuff, I guess, that was cool to them, and but we got to take part in stuff that was cool to us. But they had a blast. They found the cornerstone of the cathedral. They found the coal chute on the back, which they plan on going back and seeing where that goes to. Uh, they heard a story that there used to be tunnels underneath it that come out in the kitchen. So they were hoping, thank God for the kitchen crew that was there, they were hoping to be able to find the tunnels and take a trip across Shreveport underground. Like I said, thank God the kitchen crew was there because there's no telling where them two would have wound up. Uh, they did find the original icebox, which they took plenty of pictures of. I'll let everybody know. Uh, I I'm glad they don't make them anymore because I'd probably have one. Uh, like I said, the building was beautiful. The people were great, but it was it was even though they went on their little tour by themselves into this great Masonic cathedral, exploring stuff they know absolutely nothing about. It made them more excited than it probably would have made us. It's almost like it lit their Masonic fire in a way
Yeah.
because they talked about it. I probably have a million pictures. I'm not even sure if all the pictures Joy sent me has come through yet. Uh, but they told us everything they saw in great detail and were excited. And if one of them forgot something, the other one picked it up. The people they talked to, the stories they heard. And I think that Masonry in whole, in general, that would be a benefit to us. Not just because it's my wife and Luke's wife, but because they got to see stuff that they never seen before. Stuff we didn't get to see.
Yeah.
Made more sense to us than it would to them, you know. But it excited them in a way that people that have questions about Masonry would probably get excited if they were able to come just look around the lodge or peek into those Scottish Rite temples or check out those York Rite meeting places. You know, it I don't know, it did something to them. They still talk about it today at lunch.
Yeah.
You know, can't wait to go back. Want to go back just to Shreveport. I'm not staying up there, but go check it out. I'd love to go tour the building. Sure, they got other old buildings right around that they told us about, built the same time that building was. Uh, it was just, it was exciting for them, and it was exciting for me to see them excited.
Yeah.
Uh, it's hard to explain, but
I know the pictures I got are just beautiful, and I hated I missed it, man. Especially when the pictures started coming in, all the brothers right there and everything. And then I started getting pictures of the building, and they were showing like them 1 inch thick slabs of marble on the wall and stuff. It's like, that just the pictures. I'm sure the pictures don't even do it justice.
and we did not know because we wasn't guiding ourselves. But they let us know that when you walk into the foyer of the Scottish Rite Temple, and I guess I call it a foyer, other people would probably call it a lobby. I don't know what you'd call it, but it's a foyer. Uh, when you walk in and you turn around and you look at the doors you walk in through, there's pictures of all kind of men on the wall. I don't know none of them. I didn't know none of them, but the Grand Commander and R.B. Smith. And I think Brother John Knox's Burst Worshipful Brother John Knox was on the wall. But the girls told us that the gentleman that toured them in the office told them that because there's pictures of men upstairs too. And the gentleman told the girls that all the pictures downstairs are of the living venerable masters, past venerable masters. There's a bunch.
Mm.
And you go upstairs, and those are the pictures of their past venerable masters
Mm.
who have gone on to the, meet the great architect in the sky.
Mm.
And we didn't see none of those pictures, but the girls did. And it was just. Now, we did see pictures of their reunions, and it looks like they put on a pretty good reunion.
Yeah.
Their building is just so beautiful, and when they put on a reunion, we're going to go watch it.
Awesome.
I told Luke and I told Brother Robert Sanders and James we're going to have to go up there and watch it. It just, you know, it was just beautiful. It's breathtaking when you first walk in, breathtaking when you walk out. When you walk out, I can't remember the story. Vaughn will probably tell me when she watches this. But you walk out and they got these big, nice cement handrails and all that. But in them is names chiseled into them. And I don't know what they were in there for, but they were in there for a reason. And they line, one whole side is full and the other side is filling up. But to talk about the architecture of the building, Vaughn said that whenever she took pictures of the outside, the big columns and all, you zoom in and whoever chiseled it knew what he was putting there because nobody else could see it from the ground. But there's vines, there's leaves, there's so much different texture in it, and just double eagles at the top. I mean, it's just gorgeous. It just, you would have to see it to take it all in. Just beautiful. Uh, Definitely worth going. They have another honors weekend. Whether I know them or not, I'm going.
Yeah.
Uh, just just a way of showing support to your brothers and letting them know, like James Brown. When I got there, Brother R.B. Smith met me. I was not dressed exactly like this. I had a good pair of overalls on and a tie. For y'all that don't believe that, I had a tie and a suit jacket. I was dressed. Brother R.B. Smith was the first one that saw me, and he had told me before we went down there, "Now look, we want you to dress nice. All right, little brother?" And I said, "Yes, sir, Brother R.B., I'll take care of it." And he come walking up and went to smiling. And he said, "Well, come on, Sugartown. You got a jacket and a tie on." I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "But Brother R.B., uh, you told me I had to dress nice, and it's a black tie tuxedo event. And here I am in overalls, not a care in the world." And I told him, I said, Brother R.B., you told me I had to dress up, but I look around and I'm overdressed. There's some of these other, everybody else, this must not be the right crowd yet. And we laughed about that, and then he told me, he said, "Have you seen James Brown yet?" I said, "No, sir, but I'm looking for him. I wanted to catch him before he went up." Because James had told us a couple of times, "Y'all don't drive all that way. It's just James Brown. But James, he's, how would you put that? He's your brother, but he's not like all the others.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've been around him as long as I can remember. I've known James and Tammy Brown. And he's just, been there when I needed him. He's just James Brown. He's family. Not that other brothers of the lodge ain't family, but James is, I guess it's different when it comes to people like that when you got that type of history. And Brother RB took me to him, and he was talking to Brother Michael Lawrence, I believe, and his back was to me, and I went up. And it was funny seeing him in that tuxedo. I didn't know he had a tie on, his old beard hanging down there. You know, he looked good. And I went up and rubbed his back, and he turned around, and boy, he just lit up. He was like, T. Bailey. I said, well, yeah, James. He said, y'all didn't have to come all this way. It's just James Brown, and you got a suit and tie on. And overalls. I said, yes, sir, James. I said, I can tell you it wouldn't have mattered where this took place. T. Bailey was not missing it. Because James has been there for stuff that me and you've done. Me and you and Luke's done. And James has made it a point to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was an honor to get to go be there for James. And after it was all said and done with, you know, they had been up there since pretty early that morning too. Him and Tammy, we were all sitting there talking before we left. And he said, now listen, boys. He said, I hope I'm still around when it's y'all's turn. And then he went to chuckling. He said, because I'm coming. And Tammy's pushing me in a wheelchair. But it was.
It sounded like a blast.
It was great.
I hate I missed it.
You got to, I mean, I got to meet brothers that I've never met. And then I got to see old friends that I'd made through my years of traveling through the Blue Lodge and around the different lodges I've visited. You know, it was just, it was a great time. But any time that I get to spend with my brothers and their family and my family, you know, is always a great time. Like it should be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we make the joke that we have no friends that ain't Masons.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much a truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because all my friends are just about Masons.
Yep.
So, which is good. I mean, that's you know.
Well, something you had talked about in there, that support, being there for your brother. What do you think that looks like?
To them?
To anybody, to you or them? What? Because we're supposed to support our brothers.
I don't know.
It's one of our things in Lodge is, you know, to support your fellow man, especially a brother.
Yeah. I think it shows, maybe it shows the brother and maybe it shows their family, you know, hey, this brotherhood is really something. That somebody will sacrifice their Saturday to drive 2 or 3 hours to watch something that they're not even a part of, you know, for you, because you mean that much to them, they respect you that much, you know, and everybody needs some kind of support.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody. That day, it wasn't support changing a tire or drinking coffee or visiting or anything like that. It was more. It wasn't just it wasn't for the body. It was for the soul that day. You know, to let them know that, hey, I love you and I'm here. You know, and there was a lot of support in that building that day.
Yeah.
It overflowed. I can promise you, because there was, you know, I could talk about our guys from the Happy Valley that did it and the guys that came, and you know, we didn't get to be there for Brother Steve Jennings' coronation because that's a totally separate thing. Black hats and red hats are not allowed in there, which is good. But even getting to tell him, you know, congratulations, and him even seeing that, you know, we're there. We didn't get to be there for his stuff, but we're there for him afterwards. Mm-hmm. You know, we went to support all of them, not just Brother James, but Brother Marcus and Brother Mike, and you know, all of them.
And that's something with being in Lodge and knowing that support and knowing that brotherly love that's there. The pictures that got sent to me, I could see them all down there with their hands on him during that. And even though I wasn't there, like I said, I was at home in a NyQuil coma. But looking at the pictures, I could feel that love looking at that picture. Because you've been in the lodge, you felt that love before. All you got to do is see your brothers in a picture, and you know that brotherly love is there and that support's there. It's something you can feel just staring at a picture,
Yeah,
and
it's
that's crazy.
what do they call it? Tangible.
Yeah, yeah, like the tangible touch.
Yeah,
Yeah, that tangible feeling of love.
exactly.
That's. I was Sunday morning. I was sitting there just staring at that picture. Miranda's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just feeling it, man." It's you don't understand till you've been in that position in the lodge where you've got brothers with their hand on your back
Right,
while you're going through something. When
right.
you see a picture with brothers on with their hand on another brother's shoulder or back or whatever,
Yeah,
you feel that brotherly love, and it comes through the picture at you.
we say it all the time. You can't get this anywhere else.
You cannot.
And maybe that's cliche to say. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I will always stand by that. You can't get this anywhere else
Mm.
because the love of your brothers is different than the love of your family. The love of a spouse or a child. That's different. I don't know how, but it is. It's just
Mhm.
different. It's hard to explain, but it
It's a love. It's a love without judgment.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like, yeah, we're also there to kind of whisper good counsel in their ear. Like, hey, brother, maybe you shouldn't do that.
yeah.
But there's also times when that don't do that. Just be there for him.
Right,
Just
right.
and that this is the only place I've ever found that.
Yeah. It was it was it was just as much fun doing that this Saturday as it was it last Saturday?
Yeah, not this past Saturday you was there. It was the Saturday before that.
The Saturday before this past Saturday, we we gathered, some of the brothers of the lodge did. Well, we were going to do an appreciation dinner for all the girls that come and helped us at the fair booth,
Mm.
and we invited them. Well, then we decided that we were going to invite all the ladies. And we pretty much did. It pretty much invited the whole lodge
Mm-hmm.
over to Brother Ricky Johnson and Sister Pam Johnson's house.
And we had some members, or we had some people that weren't members that come up there and helped,
Yeah,
and we invited them out
we
too.
sure did. We invited everybody that pitched in.
Mm.
And we cooked, we broke bread together outside of lodge. We laughed, we cut up. There was more desserts than there was food.
Yeah.
The pies and homemade ice cream
Yes.
were top notch.
Yes.
We had a blast. We all got to sit and visit and not have to worry about, all right, we got 30 minutes to eat and then we got lodge to do.
Mm.
We just could sit there and hang out, talk about whatever we wanted, politics, church, uh, lodge, which if you're friends with a bunch of Masons, I don't care what the topic is. When you sit down and it's just you guys, it's going to be Masonry.
Yep.
It's going to be the lodge. What can we do next? Masonry is a 24/7, 365 a day commitment.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
It is what it is. You
Agree.
ain't got to go to lodge 365, 24/7, but Masonry is something that you carry outside of lodge.
And I loved it. The fact, I mean, yeah, we sit with these brothers in lodge. We sit with a lot of the wives in lodge because they'll come and eat with us a lot, stuff like that. But it's also different when you go to their house. You're you're at that brother's particular house, whoever you go to, and they're inviting you in their home. They're showing you around. They're showing you all the stuff.
Yeah,
That was awesome. It was a blast.
and me and Brother Ricky, we've talked since then, and we planning another one.
That's great.
We ready
That's
to do it
great.
again. I don't know what we're gonna be. It might not be pork and sausage gravy, but hey, we may cook a roast and turn her into a stew or something. You
Right.
just can't never tell.
It could be a pot of beanie weenies, and I'd still be there just lapping them.
Well,
up,
I know a
you
girl.
Yeah, I've heard stories. I've heard stories.
But it the past few weekends, Masonry has has definitely shown through, and the support that the wives give to the Masons, you know, the support that we get from them, it's just unmatched. I mean, you can't, we can't do it without them.
Mm.
We like to think we can, but the girls, they keep us in line more than we know. But it was, it has been a great few weekends for sure. Now we still got, me and Vaughn was checking our calendar for till the first of the year, and I don't know if we got a weekend off. Uh, we just got, James Brown accuses me of being the ideal guy, and it flows over into other things.
Yeah.
And but me and her love it. That's what we do. We feel that's what the good Lord put us here for. Uh, to be a light in somebody's path. You know, it shining everywhere we go. She shines the light of Masonry probably brighter than I do sometimes.
I know some people out there that aren't Masons that are like that.
Yep.
They stand and do everything Masonry is about.
Yeah.
And they're not even a Mason. You
Yeah.
know?
And I've told Vaughn more than once. When we do something at Sam Todd, or we do an event or something, and I'm like, well, you know, what do you think? We got to plan this out. And she's like, well, I'm not a member. And I'm like, hell yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You just as much a member as I am.
Mm.
So she likes to joke with people and tell them that she got her master's degree. But I believe that they are just as much a part of the fraternity as we are. They just don't pay dues.
Mm.
They don't have to put up with the stresses of keeping this business of Masonry going.
Yeah.
You know, but it is great when you got wives that are willing to shine that light when maybe you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's some places that maybe we try to dim our light down a little bit. Maybe we get afraid. You know, I don't know. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it'll go dim. And sometimes we need somebody there to strike it back up, and my wife is very good about it. You know, not that my light goes out, but I've had dim days.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Everybody gets a point every now and again. They're just like, oof.
yeah, sometimes it's overwhelming. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you run past your burnout.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay whenever you got a wife that understands and supports you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes she can support you into uh, convincing you that, yeah, it's good to do something that you probably would not have ever convinced yourself to do.
Yeah.
You know, I find that in my wife quite often, and I love her for it. Don't want her to ever change doing it. But I've been known to drag my feet sometimes, and
Well, I mean, she's really the biggest part of why this podcast got started.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
we had talked about it for a long time. It's like, we ain't ever going to do it unless you do it. So it was like, all right, I'll go buy a camera at Walmart. I'm the cheapest camera I could find.
We're gonna throw this together.
Yeah. That's
This
why
is
the first few episodes were kind of choppy.
This is a poor boy budget.
Yeah, still is.
Yeah.
Still
But
is.
I don't know. I mean, even, you know, Miranda, your wife,
Mm-hmm.
she's going to school right now to be a teacher. Her lifelong dream, and that is great. But we have seen her take and put that on the back burner because we've had something going on, and poof, you
Mm-hmm.
know, she's there. You know, it just, and then some of them you never see because they're, which I don't. Let me back up. I'm not going to say that we are all spotlight people. I'd rather be in the back, behind the curtains, turning the light for somebody else. And there's some of our brothers' wives who are like that. They don't want recognition. They just want to help.
Mm-hmm.
And then we trick them into coming to lodge to get recognized.
Yep.
But it's I don't know. support. I don't know what the real definition is, but we've got a great support system here. Not saying that no, that other lodges don't, but Sam Todd's got a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we can all throw in together, and we can work a week in a fair booth. We may hate each other before it's over, but we're gonna love each other when it's done.
You're right about that. That's yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, that,
I,
no,
it don't matter who you are. You throw a bunch of people in a little tiny room like that, you're gonna get on each other's nerves eventually.
yep,
But like I said, like you said, by the end, we was all closer than what we was when we started.
yep, yep. But and we all travel together a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
So about 6 or 8 of us spend a lot of time together, and it's a good thing we love one another, and we know each other's little quirks. You know what aggravates one another. Now, if you're me, you, and Luke, we're gonna do our best to aggravate Vaughn and Joy daily. You know, but it all works. Everything works out. It, I don't know, just a different type of support. It's I watched something last night. Me and Vaughn, we watched it when it first came out, The Chosen, and we started going back through it again just because that's the stuff we like to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And last night on the show, the Jesus character there, he was fixing to send the disciples out by twos, all directions, to go spread the good news. And I think there was, I may be wrong, there was either 2 Johns or 2 James.
There was 2 Johns, and I think there was 2 James as well.
Well, I want to say it was in the show, he calls them Big John and Little John.
Yeah.
Well, Little John was handicapped, and he walked with a staff because he had to, and he wasn't a fast feller. Well, he was going out with Big John, and after their little meeting was over and found out where they were going, they dispersed, and Little John went and found the Jesus character and was talking to him and told him, you know, he said, this journey, this mission you got me going on, I don't think I'm ready to do, or I can't do, because I can't keep up. He said, you're granting me the power to go out and cast out demons and heal the sick, give sight back to the blind. He said, but you haven't healed me yet, because he was handicapped. And he just felt like he was a burden. So, and I don't know if this really happened. It could be Hollywood. Who knows? But the Jesus character went back and told him, you know, you're not a burden. You're going to do more good for me than any of the rest of them. He said, you're going to be able to go out. He said, think about the story you'll be able to tell. You're healing people, but you're not healed yourself.
Mm.
He said, but one day, you're going to leap like a deer. Just hold on a little longer. So I looked at Vaughn and I was like, you know, could you imagine being in those shoes and being told that? Me, I'd have been like, it's the best support you can give me, you know? But
Yeah.
the Lord character was supporting him,
Mm-hmm.
letting him know that it doesn't matter how slow you are, or how well you know it, or how little you know, you still bring something to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to do just as good, if not better, than those that can and those that do. I mean, he gave them a support, and afterwards he hobbled on his way. But I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, because Masonry goes back to the Bible, and I I just wonder, you know, if that's where is that why Masonry has the support that it has, is because it goes back to the Bible.
Mm-hmm. The brotherhood of man under the fatherhood of God.
Yeah.
Computer keeps doing pop-ups.
Clear out your junk drive.
I don't use this for nothing
Well,
but this and programming lights.
well, hang on. $2,000 tariff checks in the mail.
Yeah. Come on, money. Come on, money. I got dues to pay.
Secretaries are hungry.
Uh-huh.
This is the time of year the secretary just stands around like this.
Yo, headhunter.
Yeah. We're turning leaves over to find people.
Wow. Well, that was interesting.
It always is.
Oh, yeah.
But I know, huh? Sometimes I ought to sit back and think before I talk, but sometimes it just comes out.
No, I think it's better just to let it come on.
Yeah, but sometimes it gets me in trouble.
That's all right. You can go back and make a comment on the video later.
Yeah. Clear things up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that Masonry takes the part, support a weak and fallen brother. I think we take it to the next level because we don't sometimes Masonry don't wait for you to become a weak and fallen brother.
Yeah.
We're in your face supporting you already. And if we're not, shame on us.
Yeah.
If a brother becomes weak and fallen, it is not necessarily his fault. It's our fault because where were we at?
Mm.
Could get me in trouble right there.
Well, with that being said,
But I don't know. It's on you now.
it ain't on me. I'm just sitting back and letting you go.
I know, but I'm like Brother Joe Dan. I might ramble.
Mm. It's all right. We still got an hour.
But I appreciate all the brothers that have been there, that have supported me, because good Lord knows I wouldn't be where I am today if it hadn't been for the ones that, did through loss of jobs and loss of loved ones and just days that you just bleh,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Vaughn will tell you it's time for you to go to lodge.
Yeah. My
You
wife
know.
said that to me a time or two. You got
And-
lodge coming up?
Yeah. And it ain't that we turn into bad people when we leave lodge, but while we're there, you can just kind of just let it out.
Mm-hmm.
And not that you can't do it at home, but you probably shouldn't do it at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, that sometimes our older brothers might feel not necessarily left out, but, well, I'm an old guy. I'm not hip. Or, however how the new kids say it. Maybe they feel that, I don't know. I don't want no brother to feel not supported or left out.
Yeah.
So if I can go show my support to that brother, I'll travel to wherever I need to go to do it.
Yeah. Which I've always been accused of being older than what I am because I always hung out with the older folks. My papa, my grandpa, I always hung out with him. My papa, I always hung out with him. Both my grandpas and stuff.
I get along with them better.
I do too. I
Older
love sitting
people.
down and just listening to them talk.
Mm.
Let them tell whatever story they want to tell about the old days or what they're struggling with today. I
Yeah.
love sitting down and talking with them because that knowledge is gone once they're gone.
You lose an entire library.
Hmm. And I think that's what a lot of the problems we have in the world today is that's gone.
Yeah.
That personality, that sense of personal sitting down and talking with somebody's gone. I guess that's why I like the lodge because we do sit down and we talk. It's part of lodge is fellowshipping with your brothers, you know.
And it may be different for, guys our age or younger. Maybe not necessarily guys our age, because we were born in a different time.
Hmm.
But, people younger than us, they may not think that some of them old guys are as approachable as they are.
Yeah.
Especially in masonry, because you got the grouchy past master,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you hear people, or you don't want to mess with him. He gets grouchy,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So, and that's not true. I ain't met a guy older than me yet that was not approachable.
Hmm.
I mean, and I've met some people and rubbed shoulders with some people that I will never, ever be in their position.
Yeah.
That's just not T. Bailey. But I don't mind sitting at the table with a king. I don't have to be the king, you know. But I've went to lodge meetings at other places and went with people from Sam Todd and get in the car and we go to leave and they all looking at you like you got two heads because you dressed in overalls and a t-shirt and you're going to a degree somewhere and you ain't never been to that lodge. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay. And you walk in, first person you see is past Grandmaster Mickey Duran, and he knows who you are.
Yeah.
Well, come on,
Mm.
you know, Brother Ed Durr, Brother R.B. Smith. It just, I don't know. I think sometimes people that receive those honors and those titles, I think some of the younger people think that I can't talk to them. Or I'm not worthy enough to talk to them. I ain't met somebody yet T. Bailey ain't worthy enough to talk to or can't talk to.
What when I first went in, when I was nervous as a dog passing a peach pit, getting ready to get my first degree, not knowing what to expect, and back then they'd mess with you a lot more than they do now. When you
Right.
start taking your degrees and stuff, and I mean and one of the brothers come in and he said, "Look, calm down." He said, "Everybody from this day all the way back to George Washington just went through the same thing you're about to go through. And they all survived, so you'll be okay. You'll make it." And then that right there kind of marked in my head, like what you was talking about. You talking about sitting with all these people that hold these titles and everybody's scared to approach them. Well, that man was probably just as nervous as me on his first day when he was about to get his first degree.
Mhm.
So it's the same guy. You know what I mean? Like they've just worked their way through and doors got open to them and
That must have been so reassuring to hear.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's definitely not what I was told.
yeah.
I show up to Sam.
I had support. The support you're talking
Well, you
about.
remember they used to mess with you?
Yeah.
Let me tell you a story. So, when I joined Sam Todd, my father and my grandfather was both suspended for non-payment of dues and had been for several years. So they were not back in yet. My Uncle Larry Jean was here, but he wasn't here the night I got my EA. So, when I got here, the only three men that I recognized were the guys that were on my investigating committee. And when I walked in, they didn't even speak. And I walked into a building full. One chair left. By an old guy. I'm not going to say his name. But by an old, and he was a great guy. A great Mason. But it was next to him, across from him. And I sat down and I didn't get a plate of food. He said, "No, you need to eat." I said, "Okay." So I went and very lightly,
Mm.
because I'm nervous, sick, pit in your
Yep.
stomach nervous.
Yep.
Because I know nobody here, and the three guys I know act like they don't want to know me.
Mm.
And I sit down there, and he's like, "Hey, look, it's gonna be okay." I was like, "Okay, well, that's good." He said, "But look, things are gonna happen tonight." And I was like, "Okay, yes sir, yes sir." He said, and I just want you to remember the sound of my voice. And I was like, yes, sir. And he said, I'm not going to let you get hurt. Well, then I'm like,
Get hurt? There's a chance I can get hurt?
I may not make it out of this, you know?
Oh.
I was like, yes, sir. He said, but if you hear me say run,
Oh, man.
don't worry about where you're going. Break and run. And then this old gentleman gets up and leaves me, and everybody else goes in the lodge hall. And I'm sitting here contemplating whether I'm staying. And I'm like, well, if I leave, you know, just about every man in my family has belonged to Sam Todd. What would that look like?
Yeah.
You know, but I'm thinking they got a lot of beating going on in there, and I think I can jet. And then the door opens, and this guy comes out with a sword, and I'm like, well, I ain't leaving. I'll hang around. And then I'm like, well, he goes to the bathroom, I'm out. A few minutes later, this guy comes and gets me, and I don't know him. And all he does is point. And I'm like, so I get up and I follow him. And we go and we do the ritual thing and all this and that. And we go in there and we do the degree. And that old gentleman that punked me out that night, because we were in a part of it, and I'm pretty sure I heard run. And I went to, you know, I kind of jerked a little like I'm out. But that old man presented me with my apron that night and become a dear friend of mine. He's passed on now, but that baby doll could give an apron lecture like nobody's business. But in his own special little way, you hear me say run, run, was his way of supporting a guy that he didn't know. You know, now I've never messed with anybody like that because too many people leave.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, nowadays,
yeah,
people would probably run.
but it you know, I don't know. The stories we could tell.
Yep.
If this old building could talk,
Come on.
you know. But I think it's interesting how they show you a little bit of support when you first get here, and then it never stops growing.
Mm.
I'm going to ask that question to somebody. Next person I interview.
Run?
No, if they were picked on,
Yeah.
you know.
If they got.
I got a mustache hair, babe, that's eating me
Oh,
up.
come on.
I
I've had one over here keeps getting my
I
mouth.
think it's a boogie, but it ain't. It's a mustache hair. It's starting to curl.
Yeah, they used to mess with you hard going in.
But it was all fun and games.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was all great.
It was all great. Once you get once you get through that first one,
You got her licked.
Yep.
You quit after that.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to say. Some people do though. Some people find out it ain't for them,
Mm-hmm.
so they quit.
I've never seen anybody run, but I've seen plenty not come back. You know what I mean? I've never seen anybody leave in the middle of it or whatever.
haven't
but
either.
I've seen several not come back.
Yeah.
It just ain't for them. You
Yeah.
go, you track them down and like, what's up? It just wasn't for me. Well, it's not for everybody, I guess.
Yeah. But you should have stayed and finished out your other two, and then figured out whether it was for you or not.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is. You can't make nobody do it. Highly advised, but you know.
Well,
But
I reckon.
I don't know, Dave. I wouldn't give this Masonic journey I'm on for nothing in the world. I wouldn't give up the relationships I've built and the friends I've made and the people that I call family now. I wouldn't trade it for nothing.
Mhm.
I used to have a sticker. Some call them a cult, but I call them family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just glad I don't have to send out Christmas cards.
Be a lot.
Yeah, it'd be a lot.
Well, I guess takeaways from this episode: if you get a chance to go tour the Scottish Rite Cathedral in Shreveport, do it.
Highly advised.
Hated I missed it. Beating myself up every day since, especially when the pictures started coming in. But I didn't think they needed me snotting and hacking and gagging all over the place out there. So
Yeah, you can't be emotional.
yeah. And support. If you get a chance to support your brother in any way, do it. You're obligated to. But you should want to as well. Not just because it's your obligation, but that's the kind of love you should have for your brothers is you're willing to give them a hand anytime, any place, whatever help they need, whether it's just an ear, a hand, or go cook with them.
Yeah.
Kick back and build a fire. Sit by the fire and just fellowship. Get your whole as many members as you can in one place and just outside a lodge and just kick back and fellowship. It was one of the greatest times I've had with Masonry was going over to Brother Ricky's house and just sitting back chilling. So you want to add anything else? Do we have anything upcoming?
Oh, let me see. This week's busy. I got a cooking to do Wednesday and Thursday. That's how I'm planning my week right now. One to do Friday. Saturday is our stated meeting night here at Sam Todd. We'll hold elections. Uh,
Uh,
the following, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, we're going to do smoked turkeys for Habibi Shrine Club. I don't know if they still got turkeys for sale. You can call the office down there and get with Brother Curvy or Brother Jared or call the potentate, Brother David Hyatt, if you would like to purchase one. Those will be ready Wednesday.
the 26th.
Yep, my
Yep.
birthday.
Oh.
And then, well, we'll go ahead and put it out there. So that's the 26th. The 6th of December, Sam Todd is going to be cooking hobo stew for the Miracle on Washington Street in DeRitter. It's a little Christmas festival they do. We're going to have 2 booths set up there. Some good food to buy and some other things to buy. Come out and support your local Mason. Enjoy the other booths that'll be around there. And then December 13th, we're going to have Sam Todd Santa. We'll start at 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll go till 1 here at Sam Todd. Bring the kids out. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be Christmas at Whoville this year. So the Grinch will be here. Santa and Mrs. Claus will be here.
Gingerbread house.
We are also that day, we're going to also do during the hours of 9 to 1, we're going to do a little gingerbread competition. I think my wife's going to have some little things to give away to the winners. I'm not a competitive person, but don't show up with a gingerbread house, expect to win. Me and Luke and Dave, since we're part of the Frat Boys booth there at the fairgrounds, we have partnered with none other than Gurr, Brother Luke's mother, who is very creative and artistic.
Very.
And a great baker. And she has taken the lead on our gingerbread house.
Yes.
So I hear tell that there could be some that were had parts imported from Germany.
Oh.
Yes. I hear that some may have moving parts. So if you just want to look at some interesting gingerbread houses, come to Sam Todd December 13th between the hours of 9 and 1 and check it out. Bring the kids. We'll have crafts, hot cocoa. Every kid will get a little gift. It will be a great time. Don't miss it. It's free.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't too many things in life free anymore but air. So come and check it out. And then that evening, December the 13th, that evening, from I want to say 4:30 to 7, Habibi Shrine is going to be doing their Christmas program. It's going to be the Polar Express. Uh, we are going to have a great time down there. We're going to show. We hope to be able to show the movie if everything works out right and we get the stuff to do it. We're going to show the Polar Express movie to the kids starting about 5 o'clock. We hope to have popcorn and hot cocoa and maybe some crafts for that for the kids to take home. And each kid, we hope and pray, will also receive. It's also going to be free, but we're hoping that everything works out and they'll be able to receive a free gift. Uh, Pictures with Santa Claus will also be there. I hear he's going to be coming down to do that for us, so you know that'll be great. Um, I think that's it for right now that I can remember. There's so much going on.
Yeah.
Uh, but you get a chance, call and check on your brothers and their families. We got brothers that are sick with illnesses. We got brothers' wives that are sick with illnesses. We need to remember to pray for them, lift them up when we give our devotions. Bring them before the great healer and ask for mercy and blessings and strength and healing on them and continue to support them the best way that we can. Uh, Other than that, that's all I got.
Man of many words today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with all that being said, do my part.
Yeah, your part. You get to ramble.
No, I ain't gonna ramble too
Oh,
long.
okay.
All I'm gonna tell them to do is smack that little bell,
Ring a ding ding.
hit that subscribe button. Oh, smack a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and whack that little bell.
Get it.
Until next time, we'll see you on the living level.